Global economy. What is the best way to do international trade? International trade is the exchange of capital, goods and services across international borders or territories. Its economic, social and political importance has been on the rise in recent centuries. It is the presupposition of international trade that a sufficient level of geopolitical peace and stability are prevalent in order to allow for the basic exchange of trade and commerce to take place between nations. Trading globally gives consumers and countries the opportunity to be exposed to new markets and products. Almost every kind of product can be found on the international market: foods, clothes, spray parts, oil, wine, stocks, currents, and water. Services. The global economy find routes alternate to reduce costs. The international trade theories. Mercantiles export bigger than important. Support push gold and silver. The ability of companies to achieve economy of scale. Key to their success. Services are also traded. Tourism, banking, consulting, and transportation. In the past session, we talking about the globalization, because it's very important now in actuality, because it's the new world, because we need the globalization. Talking about important in the importation like petroleum, maize, aguacate, and other things. And this globalization affecting other countries and persons and all the all the economy in in the countries. Globalization is not good for many persons because it affected their her living. Uh, for example, planning for feeling or feeling treated. This affected them in one way or another. The dollar it's important in the globalization because if the dollar down, it's very good for other countries like Mexico, for example, Mexico. And if the dollar up, it's very bad because all the things uh, of the price and it's much more or caro. The globalization is good because it's necessary for the life of other person and all the world for the socialization, and we live in very. In this class, we're talking about the importance of the economy in Mexico and all the world, the importance of the exportation and all this. We're talking about what Mexico is uh, a better country to export into the United States, and also talked of how the economy affected. If a country falls, all countries have an effect. Um, we're talking to the advance in technology. It's very important for all the economy and all the countries in this world. On the new market creation, preferring trading arrangements and faster growing market and improving communications. And finally, in class activity, in group, we find three purposes must be target to international trade, one for research and development, one for social assistance. And we talking about these three propose for invest more in Mexico to attract more people to invest in Mexico. In the last class, we're talking about when is correct, and for this, we know when is correct started a new international business. To create a new international investment, or I don't know, we have different options, like have money, trade with other countries, talking with the government, or different options to create a new association. We need to create a market research to strategy and competition. To conclude, we talk to analysis and other things to compete with other sectors. We know what we need to create a strategy. In the last class, we talking about the of decision of the company when companies want to enter a new market. When a Mexican company buy a European company to enter the European sector, um, and the product enter to, thus we can compete around the world since we are in another country and we introduce our products anywhere else. Also, we can partner with a company to create a more bigger and better and compete with other companies in our sectors. I think what the strategy of association with someone else is very important for the company. Also, I have this disadvantages. I can agree with my parent, and it's bad for the company. In this class, we're talking about ethics in the international business, and we know what the ethics it's very important in the sector of the economy and or the company. It's very important because if the ethics are very important in the company to make a new business and tratar with other people. All people have different ethics, different cultures, and are very different people because not all the people it's not all the people have the same ethics. We all have different ways or of thinkings, and some are better than others. In today's class, we talking about the importance of culture in the international business. Uh, some examples of the cultural language, religion, people, and other thing. It's important to know about the importance of culture because when when we want to make a deal with other person, maybe that person don't speak Spanish or is a different person to a different culture. And it's important know all because in this world we need respect in all the types of culture in this world. Today, before the exam, we view a little presentation. In this presentation, talking about the geography, because the geography is very important to select the sector or when when you want to make a new business in in a specific sector, you need geography. Geography also has much to do when we want to do a count of population, migration, or measuring a sector. And when we've ended or final this presentation, we start the exam, and it's all. In this class, we're talking about the economic and the importance of financial factors. In this, we know about the per capita of country, and if you want to invest in this country, this is important when we want to invest in other country. It's also important to know the risk we run when we want to invest in other country, because we must be sure that our money will be well. It's important to the exchange rate and the per capita. In this class, we talk about the importance of the political factors. The political factors are very important in order to international business and in all the world, in all of the countries. We never know what kind of politicals it's stable in the country where we want to make business. This factor can ruin our negotiation only by not knowing the politics and could be doing something serious. To do business with another country or another city, we must take into account all the rules of each city. Since we are in three different laws, in it is important to know that it is not easy to go to another country, but we respect. In this class, we're talking about the legal factor, the most important. It is the it is very important because this applies in all the world, in all types of business. For example, international business, this applies. And the concept what we view in the class is the rule of law. That is the importance of all the trade. And we know the intellectual property, patents, trademark, trade names, and copyrights, and trade secrets. And the national legal forces are the taxes, antitrust laws, bankruptcy, tariff, quotas, and other trade obstacles. Finance factors. In this class, we're talking about the finance factors. The finance, the financial aspect of a business is a vital element in its development. The financial aspects are uncontrollable and factors that directly affect the operation of the business. The ability to address the issues and benefit from them will be reflected in the generation of business profits. The exchange rate is a basic factor from the financial point of view, as this will determine the financial impact of other forces. The fluctuation of the exchange rate must be free, in other words, controlled by market except for the occasional. Central bank Central bank inversion in critical situations there should be no central control of the currency.